Hello and welcome to another update video about MATIC. The MATIC chart moves slowly, but steadily towards the wave 4 resistance area that I communicated to you yesterday. In the last few days, we first of all were watching for 50 cents as the next target. Anticipated a reaction at this level because it's a very, very relevant support. It's the golden ratio of the larger cycle. And the price bounced exactly where the previous few times when the price reached this area, it got a bounce, okay? And if the wave count here and my assumption is correct, then we should see at least the price to reach this resistance zone between 52 and 54 cents. 53.2 would be the ideal target. But we need to be careful. I mean, there are other interpretations that are possible here. Nothing bullish, though, at this stage, especially not with a structure like that. But we could certainly get a little bit higher, more of a bounce, let's say it like that. We could get a larger bounce if needed. But overall, at the moment, it's adhering to this wave count and it's following it. And it's also caught below this dashed descending trend line that you can see on the chart. I'm actually going to delete this ascending wedge, which also broke out nicely to the downside. Oftentimes, you will hear me talk about an ascending wedge pattern. Not terribly well defined, but it was one. And if we see an ascending wedge and it breaks to the downside, not only do we expect a strong move down, but also we expect the price to get to the beginning of the wedge. So it's pretty much a textbook wedge pattern here. I'll leave them in for now. Descending trend line still valid, crosses the resistance area, and the price could form here this head and shoulders pattern that we discussed in the last few days. Left shoulder, then here the head, okay, and the right shoulder, and then it could send the price down lower. My wave count that I have here doesn't necessarily lead to a drop to 41 cents. But there are other interpretations that are possible. I think we need to be very open towards where this price could land in this region, 41 to 50 cents. Lower than 50 would be my expectation, but we need to be open because this is at best an ABC structure here. And, you know, this C wave could unfold as an impulse. It could turn into a diagonal. That's what I mean. You know, we need to be open towards maybe a larger retracement. So, for example, this 1, 2, 3 here could just be a wave 1, ABC in wave 1. Then we might do a wave 2, which might go a little higher. Then we might get an ABC in wave 3. Then we will get a wave 4 and an ABC in wave 5. Okay, so that's how it could send us down lower still. If it's an ending diagonal, even better, because then it would give us further clarity that we're getting into the end of this bear market or the end of this correction. I mean, this correction started a long time ago. A long time ago here in February, actually. So it's about time that we start to see some movement again. Time is running, you know, but yeah, I think we're getting, you know, you see basically a change in behavior compared to this move down, which was very rapid. I mean, started in February, and now we've basically been ranging for a while. Many coins have, and it might just need another flush to the downside. I mentioned other interpretations. I mean, you could count this as a triangle if you really wanted to. It's not reliable, though. You also can count it, yeah, as an ABC structure, but the question is where we could put the B wave here. Yeah, I've got it here. Then the C wave could be an ending diagonal. So there are various interpretations on the micro level. So I just, you know, if you're shorting this, I just would leave it a bit of space, because if the wave 2 goes a little higher, for example, and I wouldn't short now, don't get me wrong, right? Short in resistance when we see a first reaction, but we need to be ready that it could obviously move a little higher, and the extended resistance goes all the way up to 57.7 cents. So I will leave that on the chart as more of a, let's say, an extended resistance in case it needs it, and it morphs into, let's say, a wave 1 and a wave 2 to the upside, then a 3 down. That would extend the whole thing, but we just need to be prepared for it, especially as we get close to trend reversals, because I believe we are close, okay? So even though I'm looking for lower, I mean, you know, where do we come from? We are coming from $1.60, okay? we've been focused on the downside for a long time. To be honest, I think we have been focused on the downside pretty much since the top there. Not entirely sure anymore, but I think we have been. And honestly, we're now at 50 cents, and I would expect it to go to 50 and 41. So we are pretty much very close to a trend reversal. So we have to have alternative wave counts, and we have to allow for different interpretations. But the fact that we formed a triple bottom here makes a reversal very unlikely, because they typically don't hold. So it just shows weakness, okay? Weakness, and therefore we still watch for at least one more low. That's my update about MATIC. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.